I wanted to hop in real quick and to say hello, everybody who's watching on the Black Financial Channel. I hope I went to the right page. We have a couple of Instagram pages. I might be on the wrong one, but if I'm on the wrong one, that's okay. I'll just record something and put it up on the Black Financial Channel. So I want to give you guys a quick update on what's happening in the stock market right now in terms of what's going on. Today was a pretty mediocre day, kind of a dull day. Not much interesting happened in terms of market activity. The big word for today is uncertainty. Right now, you just kind of have a lot of uncertainty in terms of what's going to happen next, largely because people are weird and crazy and lots of weird things are happening. So the first line of uncertainty, there is, and by the way, I see you're talking about Ice Cube and you're asking about Ice Cube. And I know you're right. I went to the wrong page. So sorry about that, but it's okay. I'll just record a video for the Black Financial Channel too. Follow the Black Financial Channel though, because I'm going to do the daily stock market update every day on the Black Financial Channel Instagram page. I'll talk about Ice Cube later on drboycetv.com. I want to separate the conversation so I don't end up going crazy. But if you want to know my short answer on that, do I think Cube is a sellout for talking to Trump? I think it's crazy to think that somebody is a sellout because they talk to somebody. It's ridiculous that people are trying to tell black people who they're allowed to talk to. Nobody tells me who I'm allowed to talk to. So whoever he talks to, if his intentions are good, which I think that they are, then I'm okay with that conversation. So that's my 2 cents, but I'll jump into that a little bit later. Let's talk about the market. So here's what's going on with the market right now. The big source of uncertainty is the stimulus package. Nobody knows exactly what Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin are going to do. Nancy Pelosi appears to be holding out for a bigger deal, but I don't think Nancy wants it. I think they can offer Nancy $10 trillion and she wouldn't take it. And the reason that she won't take it is because right now they're in the middle of a political war. Unfortunately, the American people are kind of in ground zero on this. But it's all about really wrecking the economy so that they can say Trump did it, right? And that's one thing that drives me crazy about politicians is that politicians, they'll destroy everything as long as they make sure they blame it on the other guy, right? And I'm tired of that. I blame them all. So the stimulus package is a source of uncertainty. I think the Republicans want a deal. The Democrats don't. So they're probably going to offer a little more. And then Nancy's going to say no. And what's been going on is Nancy's been getting some heat from people on the left who are saying people need this money, like stop playing politics and go get the money. So they've offered $1.8 trillion, which is $400 billion less than the $2.2 trillion that they were asking for. So, and I think that the Senate Republicans are going to try to push through a piecemeal type situation. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't think they'll have a stimulus before the election. I really don't believe that. And so what that says is, one, that could put a damper effect on the market. It's clearly going to hurt some businesses. But the bright side of that is if the Democrats get a blue wave, which a lot of people believe that they will, they're going to push forward a great stimulus package. It's going to be massive. And unfortunately, the way our society works is when the government writes big checks, the companies end up doing well. The companies get their money first. So that ends up boosting the stock market. So the market is pricing in a blue wave. And they just, they feel like, yeah, there'll be higher taxes, but there are going to be all these other benefits like infrastructure spending. Democrats tend to like to spend a little bit more. So there'll be a lot of infrastructure spending. There'll be a massive stimulus. And then also, I think the economy is going to reactivate because I think they're going to stop talking about COVID as much in the media because they don't want Biden to look bad. I think that's how ridiculous our politics are. But that's my personal bias. Next thing, I'll move on. By the way, if you're watching online, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button. Speaking on Corbus, I haven't looked at Corbus Pharmaceuticals. I know I lost a lot of money on Corbus. It was doing really well, but Corbus is a great example of why you should diversify, especially if you invest in pharmaceuticals, because pharmaceutical companies can crash very quickly. Corbus, last time I checked, Corbus crashed. I sold out after the crash, but I'd made a lot of money from selling the call options on my Corbus stock because I knew it might crash. So I got a lot of my money out as quick as possible. But I think I had a net loss. I don't think I made money on that one. But that's why you have 10 stocks, 20 stocks, 30 stocks. You don't want to have just one or two because no matter how good the stock is, you should never have all your money in one or two companies. Workhorse, I'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm going to do a Q&A with the financial students. I'm going to do those Q&As every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I have it all scheduled in my calendar. So if you want to join the Q&As for the students where we talk specifically about stuff like that, feel free to go to theblackstockmarketprogram.com. THE is theblackstockmarketprogram.com. The other source of uncertainty is the election. Nobody knows if who's going to win the election really. They think it's going to be a blue wave, but they don't know for sure. Also, they don't know if it's going to be contested or not. The market is betting on a fair, smooth, easy transition of power. I wouldn't bet on that. I would not bet on that. I would not bet on that. I don't think Trump is going to walk away easily, especially when you have mail-in voting. So if he wins on election night and then a week later they come back and say, oh, well, we got all the ballots now, you really didn't win. I don't think he and his constituents are going to take that. So I think it's going to be a big mess. And it could be one of the messier elections that we've had in recent history. I do think Biden will win, but the question is, excuse me, what's going to happen? So Trump is not a fair loser. He's not a gracious loser, So I don't know how that's going to turn out. The third source of uncertainty is the vaccine. Nobody knows what's going to happen with the vaccine, or if the vaccine is going to, materialize in, November, December, January, February, and March. The other interesting thing about the vaccine, though, that's fascinating, though, is that while the COVID cases are certainly going up and hospitalizations are going up, deaths are not going up. So what's probably occurring is similar to what happened with HIV. Remember when Magic got HIV and everybody thought Magic would be dead in 6 months? And Magic's still around. Like Magic, a bunch of his friends done died, and he's still around 30 years later. I don't know if anybody remembers how devastated everybody was 28 years ago when Magic caught HIV. Like, we really thought Magic would be gone by 1994. We thought he'd be dead before Tupac. And here Magic looks like he's going to live to be 80 years old. So I'm wondering if they're getting to the point where they can control COVID to the point where, yeah, you don't want to get it. And especially if you're a senior citizen, 40% of the people that died from it are people that live in nursing homes, right? But as far as healthy people getting it, the death rate might be dropping to a point where it's not something that can stop society. It's something where, we might have to protect ourselves and wear masks and socially distance, and also take, maybe some people will take a vaccine or whatever. But I don't really know. I think even if they don't have a vaccine, I think that they're still going to get it under control. That's my 2 cents. Last couple pieces as far as financial information. I see you guys are asking about a lot of different stuff. I'm going to keep the conversation focused for now. Later on, I'll talk about Ice Cube and Joe Biden's son smoking crack and all kinds of stuff I saw today. But I try to keep the conversations focused here. The last piece is earnings season. So Morgan Stanley and Walgreens are going to announce their earnings. I think Goldman Sachs had really good earnings. Bank of America did really well. Goldman Sachs did well because they trade a lot of bonds. I think Wells Fargo did not meet their expectations. And there was another big bank. They pay attention to the banks because the banks, they tell you how well the economy is doing, how healthy the economy is. So if the banks are failing, then that's a big, terrible indicator for economic performance. And also jobless claims come out this week. But I think overall, if a stimulus gets passed, that would make me feel a lot better, because I kind of feel like the economy is kind of holding on by a thin rope. But there are some stocks that are expected to continue to do well. And some people are going to do well. Some people are not. And that's what it is. So anyway, that's my update on the stock market. Make sure you subscribe to the Black Financial Channel, theblackfinancialchannel.com. That's why I do daily financial news and commentary every single day, several times a day. So if you're interested in the markets, you can follow the blackfinancialchannel.com. Also tomorrow, the Powernomics Masterclass starts with Dr. Claude Anderson. So if you'd like to join us, tomorrow is the last time. At 2 p.m. enrollment will shut down. So it's the last day you can enroll in the Powernomics Masterclass. You can go to powernomicsmasterclass.com. The code word is podcast. Powernomicsmasterclass.com. Code word is podcast. I can't pin it because my fingers are too big, but if somebody can type it in, I'll pin your quote. So powernomicsmasterclass.com. The other thing I'll mention too is some of you asked about the All Black National Convention. That is going to happen this year. It's going to happen the weekend of the 23rd, the weekend of October 23rd. It's going to be virtual. Tariq Nasheed is going to be there, and Vicky Dillard is going to give a keynote. And we have a lot of other great people, from George Fraser to Julian Gordon, just amazing people. So if you would like to join us for the All Black National Convention, you can go to allblacknationalconvention.com. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. We have a lot of panels on everything from the 2020 election all the way across the board to wealth building, training, to all kinds of stuff. It's a really great event. And it's going to be digital this year because of COVID. So if you'd like to join us, just go to allblacknationalconvention.com and feel free to go ahead and get your pass now. And it's going to be a great event. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. And yeah, tonight I'm going to go live on drboycetv.com. And that's when we'll talk about Ice Cube. I will talk to you about all those political issues. But now I just want to talk about financial stuff because I don't want to get too carried away in white folks' problems. I feel like the politics, that's them in their civil war. And I think black people, instead of having a civil war, I think we want to be civil more, right? So I want us to be civil more while they're a civil war. So I want us to be civil with each other and to be black first, which means that after the civil war is over, we're going to be civil with each other and build together. Like, we got to build together because ain't nobody going to build for you. So stop getting caught up in the Democrat Republican stuff because I don't think that's your solution. And the reason I know it's not your solution is because, people act like black people never voted before. Well, we vote in every single election and nothing gets better. Things will get better when we decide it's going to get better. I have solutions that will work right there in your family, right there in your life. I don't really care much about the politics, to be honest with you. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're watching, please hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button. Thank you for typing Powernomics Masterclass. A cute but cute. That's a cute name. I like that. Thank you for typing it in. I appreciate that. And I will see you guys soon. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Peace.